brace yourself.
After a wild race at Charlotte Motor Speedway with Jordan Davis as the victor here, we head to the road course known as Road Atlanta. This track has been notorious for its attrition here, and with 42 drivers trying to conquer this circuit, this is going to be quite the challenge for a lot of them. Getting to our starting grid here, Matthew Rodriguez qualified on the pole with Jesse Turner, the points lead coming in. In second there, Nick Mace, third. He hasn't had a win quite yet though, so expect him to try and make a challenge to the front here within that top two. Zayden Davidson, surprise qualifying here. He will be starting fourth for Hero Motorsports here. That's going to be a good run for them waiting to happen if they don't have any issues here. Sean Harple will be starting fifth. Luke Martin, sixth. Young, seventh. Lynn, eighth. Jenkins, ninth. Curtis, the defending winner coming in, and the defending champion will be starting in 10th. Looking through 11 through 20th, you got Basinger, Acosta, Pesco, Brock, and Lamas. That's your top 15 there. Dylan Schwalmberg, the rookie, coming in. Ryan Griffin, who's leaving Martin Motorsports at the end of this year, starting 17th. Carson Scott, 18th. Fitzwater, one of our notorious road ringers, and the Australian Bulldog in that 19th spot. Josh Crash, 20th. Bobby Jones will get our 21st spot there. Caps, 22nd. He's trying to get some good runs here, and certainly this qualifying effort was not good for him, so he's going to have to do a lot of work in order to get up there. Sean Perkins and Jeffrey Vingai start 23rd and 24th there. Those two have somewhat of a rivalry, and even so, they're going to be really fierce on that track, so look out for those guys. Chris Dunn starts 25th there. Then you got Jordan Fishers, Charlie Smith, Hoffman, Sidner, and Charles Sanford, who's coming back from his injury. He'll be starting 30th. Casey Lester, another rookie, starting 31st. PJ Williams, 32nd in the number 3. Luis Hernandez, also another rookie there, 33rd. Dejon Weeks, 34th. James Richardson, that 34th team that managed to win Talladega, will be starting 35th. Andreas Allen, 36th. Bradley Bishop Jr. is originally supposed to be in the 81 here. He actually made the race on speed, but Kyle Collins will be stepping into the seat here. Collins obviously higher in the point standings than Bishop Jr., so because of that driver swap, they will be going to the rear of the field. Stephen Paul III, 38th. John Bonnell, 39th. 40th, Scott Roush. 41st, Eric Burton. And last place, as well, besides the rear change for the 81, will be Jordan Davis, who had to use a past champions provisional. He struggled in qualifying, had issues, and actually spun out in his session there. Same thing with Eric Burton. Burton actually got pretty lucky. Burton didn't really have the speed, actually. Jordan Davis did spin, and that's why he's all the way down there in 42nd. Cars that did not qualify, Doug Lockrow actually missed it by a thousandth of a second here for that actual spot. Hayden Klein did not make the race as well, Johnny Gardner, and then you had Kyle Collins' original entry in the 41, which, you know how that went. So, for at least when the driver swap happened. So, yeah, 4 cars did not make the race, 42 drivers are in it, and we're going to head to trackside here so we can get to the green flag. Getting set for the field to go green, 42 cars will try and conquer this tricky road course. Matt Rodriguez on pole, Jesse Turner on the outside. It's time to go racing here at Road Atlanta. Already into the first corner they go. Cars already scrambling. Sean Harbaugh gets turned in the back there. Ryan Acosta gets collected. And Dom Camps has nowhere to go. In the accident there, he gets slowed down. And there's Josh Crass having issues in the back there as they're going to be racing it down. Into the S's here, the tricky S's they come. Zayden Davidson rockets by. Nick Mace there and Luke Martin are right behind that 48 there, trying to take the spot away from his teammate there, as Curtis and Lynn are trying to stay content with their track positions here on lap 1. Already a chaotic start to the race here. Jake Basinger, Stephen Jenkins, they're trying to get themselves upwards in the pack there, and Basinger's into the back of the one car. He spins him out, and nowhere to go for Levi Pascoe there in that 55. Heavy damage to the front end of his car, but looking at the leaders there, it is Jesse Turner and Matt Rodriguez. Rodriguez P1, Turner P2. Davidson right there in that 3rd spot. The Hero Motorsports entry doing well. As there they come into the hard braking zone, and Davidson runs into the 17, spinning Matt Rodriguez, and the leaders have collided there. The top 3 coming into this race already having issues here, at least as of now, but Matt Rodriguez getting held back because of that. That's certainly going to cost him a lot of spots here on lap 1, and Jesse Turner will lead the first lap of the race, but he's got a bunch of front end damage to his Aflac machine. Here's what happened on lap 1 here, riding with Dom Cap. You see the field just getting squeezed up and together, and pretty much you saw the wreckage in front, and he had to hit the brakes there with Sean Harpo in front of him, and there you saw Ryan Acosta's car. They're spinning as well, but Dom Cap's already in a massive hole here in the first lap of this race. He's gonna have to work really hard in order to get that lost track position. And with the leaders there, you saw Zayden Davidson. He just hit the brakes too hard, too late, locked him up, and poor Jesse Turner and Matt Rodriguez got piled into the wreck like bowling pins in the bowling alley there. And like I said earlier, Matt Rodriguez is going to lose a ton of track position here early on in the going here, and that certainly is going to be a bit of a controversial move here in the early stages of this race. At the back of the pack, Bradley Bishop Jr., Kyle Collins ran into Jordan Davis and Eric Burton, and that sent them right into Sean Harpo and the others there that had gotten in that first lap instant there. But the back half of the field was just as chaotic as the front of the field there on lap 1 there. Jordan Davis had to start in the back, and already you can see he's not off to a great start either. Normally at road courses, we see a bunch of underfunded teams be able to pounce on an opportunity here with the experienced road ringers. Jordan Fisher certainly one of the few there. And contact there, Charlie Smith going off the track just a bit there. Almost clipped the 2 there, and Jordan Fisher has to go off into the track just because of that. Garrett's in there trying to fill a hole. It's not going to work, and the 96 spins around right in front of the field there. And he was running near the middle of the pack there and almost got clobbered by John Bundle there in that 53, but Garrett Sidner again is going to have more issues here. Blue Flare Motorsports has kind of struggled these past couple races here, and certainly they're going to have to try and find something to get that momentum back. The battle for 22nd hasn't really died down there. Casey Lester in the 77 trying to get underneath the CM Racing 03 car of Charlie Smith there. An announcement have it that Charlie Smith will be in that 03 car for the rest of the season, as they are now door to door into the corners there. Smith trying to really defend his line. Lester has the spot there. He drives it wide, and Charlie Smith's gonna slam into the wall. Lester sliding up the track right into Caleb Hoffman, and the 94 and the 77 go into the sand trap there. You see a couple of cars trying to really navigate their way around those downed cars as of now, but already a tough break for them. But looking upwards near the pack here, we're going to look at Cody Lamas and Ryan Griffin. Griffin has announced that he is leaving Martin Motorsports at the end of this year, and we'll have to see where he ends up here, but he's right on the bumper of Cody Lamas there. Lamas trying to hold on. Griffin has a look. Lamas puts the block there, and he's going to hold on to the spot there. Looks like Griffin decided not to give the bumper there. Jenkins gets turned off of Carson Scott there. You saw him spin off the track there. And there you see Burton coming down pit lane, but Cody Lamas, wonderful defending from that number 10 car. Lamas has had some bad luck recently, so he's really trying to turn that luck around. John Bunnell holding up Kyle Collins there in that 81. You see the rest of the cars that had damage earlier in the first lap trying to barge their way past that 53 there. Sean Harpo and Casey Lester having issues early, and both of them collide and slamming into the concrete barrier when Sean Harpo and Casey Lester, and both cars are going to be done for the day. The runner-up at Charlotte, Sean Harpo, had heartbreak there, and it looks like they're going to have heartbreak yet again here at Road Atlanta. A tough break for car number 31. Sean Perkins has it making his way upwards in the pack here. So has Zachary Fitzwater. The 70 and the 22 going at it there. Fitzwater going wide. Sean Perkins is going to pounce on that opportunity, and a clean pass on that right side there for Sean Perkins. Good pass by him. Textbook move there. And Zachary Fitzwater is going to lose a spot there. Jeffrey Fingai actually gained a spot on Levi Pasco there, but you notice that's a trio road ringers right there. Fitzwater looks like he wants to attack Perkins, but I don't think he really has the car to really catch that 78. Jordan Fisher trying to get backtrack position, ran into the back of Stephen Pond the third there, and the 32 trying to fight back. Both cars collide and head on into the barrier. Went Stephen Pond the third. That's heavy contact. And out of the race goes the 32. Josh Crash having issues trying to get going. Looks like the car might have stalled a bit, and the 2 car just turns the 26 there. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think Josh Crash had issues there just trying to get it back fired up again. And that's a tough break for Jordan Fisher. His day goes from bad to worse, and especially for the Red Stallion team. They've really not found some speed, and they've been struggling tremendously this season. Kyle Collins and John Bunnell have been going at it for position for these past couple laps. Bunnell's been doing a good job defending. Kyle Collins trying to get around him on the outside there. They are both side by side in the fast corner here, and they're gonna make contact. Kyle Collins slams the tire barrier, and so does John Bunnell, and both cars will be out of it just like that. And Kyle Collins, who had to start at the back, is going to end up finishing in the back here today. Same thing with John Bunnell in that 53. The battle for the top 5 is heating up here. Dylan Young giving pressure to Jeffrey Lynn. Almost got to the rear bumper of that 44 there. Zane Davidson, don't count him out. He's going to try and get on the attack there. Young went off the track just a little bit there, and Davidson's pounced to attack right there. Sent to get a good offense move there on that 88. Not able to quite just yet, but still, we need to give a shout out to Zayden Davidson and William Brock here in that 76. William Brock has not had the best season so far, and he's currently running in that 8th spot there. Good for that team, really. Dodge is really trying to get some season momentum here, especially with the Horizon Speed group. They're really trying to get things set on the bar here. Lap traffic already in the way there. Ryan Acosta is right in front of Jesse Turner. I'm not quite sure why they're not all moving to the right side there. Luke Martin's right on the bumper there, but that's going to give way for Nick Mason Curtis to try and attack. Turner's going to go on the inside of the 45 there. Acosta really trying to yield way here. Both cars are still side by side. Turner on that outside line. He's going to be able to get around that 45 quite easily there, but Luke Martin and his Mace teammate are going to have to try and find another method of getting around that 45 there. Maybe try and get that inside there. Martin will be able to on Ryan Acosta there, and Acosta really just trying to get out of harm's way here, not really able to do much. And Nick Mace right there in front, and there is that 19 of DJ Curtis in that KTM machine there. Curtis could be able to get around Nick Mace here. He's got a nose underneath that 48 here. And Curtis trying to take third away from Nick Mace. Mace trying to fight back. Martin drives it wide there. And he's going to get into the back of Ryan Acosta. And both cars spin around. And the second place car coming in messes up. William Brock manages to get around him. Same thing with Matthew Rodriguez. But I don't think Luke Martin's going to be one happy camper with the lap car in the way there. And that's really going to cost him almost a top 10 finish as of now here. As you see, there's the 10 car of Cody Lamas. Matt Rodriguez trying to attack William Brock aggressively there. Made a bit of contact there, fender to fender. And Matthew Rodriguez will be able to take the spot away from William Brock. Dylan Schwallenberg now getting held up by Ryan Acosta there. There's Ryan Griffin coming into the mix. Zachary Fitzwater, Jeffrey Fingai. All of them trying to take an opportunity to get past each other there. And cars running in the back of each other. Levi Pasco slaughtered Jeffrey Fingai's back bumper there. And Bobby Jones is right there to follow there. Dylan Schwallenberg trying to hold on. But here comes some of the drivers down pit lane. Looks like we might have a one-stop race here in our hands. Maybe a two-stop for some. But there you see heavy damage for Fingai. Look at the amount of hood damage for Levi Pasco there. And there's Steven Jenkins coming in there. He's had a rocky day so far in that one machine. But we're going to have to see how the fuel window will open here for a lot of these drivers. Some will probably make it on one stop. Others will not be so lucky depending on their fuel load. More pit stops coming into play here. There's Dom Caps coming to his stall here. He's really climbed his way upwards near the mid-pack section of the race here, of the field to be exact. And he's really done a good job of keeping his car clean as of now here. Horizon Ford looking very good on the radar here. Caps has reported his car hasn't really been the best so far. You see cars zooming their way by. The pit lane speed isn't as strict here at Road Atlanta as expected. As you see there, Dejan Weeks rocking his way out. Andreas Allen with a tremendously good stop there. An amazing stop for that 43 team. And there's Ryan Acosta, the lap car in the way. Dejan Weeks has kind of climbed his way upwards, actually, so I need to give a shout out to him as well. But looks like there's Zayden Davidson and Brock. I believe they've already pitted as of now. I'm not quite sure quite on that status. It looks like they are, and here comes the leaders coming down pit lane. Jesse Turner, Nick Mace, Curtis Lynn. There's Dylan Young, Matthew Rodriguez in the 99, Luke Martin, and Cody Lamas, as well as Zachary Fitzwater, the Australian coming in there, the Australian Bulldog, Zachary Fitzwater. And there you see Turner coming into his stall, pit stops coming in. There's Matthew Rodriguez, pole sitter, having issues there. You saw what happened with him on lap 1. But I think Nick Mace might be able to beat that 17 out. The damage for Turner is pretty bad. Not as bad as others, as there's Mace coming out of his stall there. Good stop by Nick Mace there. DJ Curtis follows on tow. Jesse Turner had a really slow exit there, and Jeffrey Lynn, he's gonna pounce by that number 17 there. Good stop by Jeffrey Lynn. Jesse Turner had to repair the damage to his car. There's Cody Lamas, William Brock filing right behind that number 10 there. And there's Dylan Young, Ryan Griffin, Luke Martin, and a couple of others there. James Richardson had a really good stop there as well. Remember, that team did win at Talladega with TJ Martin, so I'm sure their confidence has really skyrocketed here as of now, and I think they're really trying to pick up on that momentum here, or that 34. Dom Capps has reported he's really liked his race car as of now. The adjustments made have worked for that number 6 car. He's looking underneath Jeffrey Fingai. And remember, Fingai has no hood in his car, but still doing a whale of a job hauling that Dodge up front there. And Dom Capps now trying to look underneath his teammate of Chris Dodd here in that 15. And he will be able to quite easily. Dodd, will he fight back? No, he does not. And looks like Schwallenberg went a bit wide there. Dom Capps really trying to pounce on Ryan Acosta as the lap car here. But Dom Capps able to get by 2 cars in one go here. Good times for Dom Capps here. He's really loving this race car here. He might be able to get lucky to get a top 15 here today at the end of this one. And you didn't notice the 92 come out of that one section, and he had lost power, and Bobby Jones had nowhere to go. And the 92 car ended up stalled on the track there, and Jeffrey Fingai's day is most likely over here at the end of this one. Tough break for the Fingai Saitomi entry. The Australian Bulldog has now found its prey here. Fitzwater has now caught James Richardson in that 34. Richardson drives it wide. Fitzwater on the attack, and he's not gonna give without a fight there, and Fitzwater conquers his way around the 34, and that is now for 13th there. And Zachary Fitzwater is going to be on a mission to try and catch Matthew Rodriguez in that 99 here. Fitzwater's really loved his race car as well. Similar to the Dom Capps scenario, the adjustments have really helped this 22 car handle a lot better. Dylan Young is hounding William Brock for position there, but they've caught Cody Lamas. Brock closing in on the door. He turns Lamas, and Lamas slams the hay bales there, and Brock's able to do a complete 360 and keep on going, but Cody Lamas' bad luck continues here at Road Atlanta there. What a heartbreak for car number 10. DJ Curtis has really closed in that gap on that 48 car of Nick Mace there. Mace, the big boss himself for Mace Enterprises, trying to hold off the hard-charging road course ringer there. Chevy versus Ford. We've seen this before. The Toyotas haven't been as fast as neither has the Dodges, but these two powerhouses of manufacturers have been going at it throughout most of this race here, and Nick Mace is trying to hold on for dear life. DJ Curtis trying to win for 3 years in a row at Road Atlanta. He's had so much success here in that number 19 there. The KTM machine has been strong, but hasn't been as strong until now. Nick Mace has been having a good run so far. Most of his success has been from his teammates there, especially from Jordan Davis in the 5 there, but Davis has been struggling throughout most of the race there. But DJ Curtis went a bit wide there, but that's going to give some breathing space for Nick Mace here as of now. But DJ Curtis is not going to give out a fight here, as you can see how differential the corner speed can get between the top two here. Curtis is just much faster in the corners, but I think Mace has the better straightaway speed and exit compared to that 19 car. But DJ Curtis still closing in. We saw him gain a couple of seconds that time around there. The past couple of laps, he knows through the intervals there. As there you see Mace is going to be hard on the brakes here. Curtis is going to follow. Look how close that 19 gets to the 48 here. Near the moment there. But Nick Mace doing a fantastic job of maintaining his composure here at Road Atlanta. We know from experience he's one of the most legendary SCS drivers of all time, and certainly so, justifying that reason why he can still contend for race wins here in the Sony Cup Series. Issues for William Brock there. The car is not operating right. The car has been losing speed as of now. Dom Capps goes on by. Same thing with PJ Williams there. And Dom Capps is trying to get himself in that top 15. I think he's certainly actually going to get that spot now. But now he is right on the bumper of the Zaxby's machine right in front of him. Capps is reaching his target here, and he has gotten around PJ Williams there. Dom Capps is conquering the challenge of gaining track position here, and he has been doing a great job methodically making his way up through the pack here. Smooth driving from the Verizon machine there. Dom Capps certainly a reason why, a force to be reckoned with here in the Sony Cup Series, and that's justifying his championship run here this year. Nick Mace has encountered lap traffic here yet again here at Road Atlanta, but DJ Curtis is right there. Jordan Fisher getting in the way. Nick Mace trying to look left, and he has a nose right there, but he decides to block the 19 there. Curtis patiently making his way upwards there, and Nick Mace trying to hold on. Curtis went a bit wide there. The battle for fourth is on there. Davidson running in that third spot. Good job for him. Jesse Turner has dropped back a few spots there, got around Dylan Young, and now he is trying to get to Jeffrey Lynn here in that 44 there. Actually, I don't think he really had to get around Dylan Young, but even so, Jesse Turner dropped the pit lanes back in that pit stops there, and it's really cost him that race win here. But Dylan Young is right there in that 88. He's going to try and put a nose underneath the 17, but backs off just a bit there. Jeffrey Lynn slipped a bit there into the corner there, but there's Scott Roush, the lap car in the way. Jesse Turner's going to try and take advantage, trying to use Scott Roush as a pick. He's looking underneath the 44 there. Dylan Young waiting to see how the action unfolds. Turner's got the run there, and he's going to take the spot away just like that. Jesse Turner, a beautiful pass on that 17 car. Even with damage, Jesse Turner is still hauling the load for his team there. What an outstanding job for this Affleck machine, but Dylan Young is still right there again. Still, what an excellent run for him as of now, but looking back at the leaders here, Nick Mace now trying to get around Jordan Fisher finally here. He's really hated to see lap traffic in the way there, and you see Eric Burton in that 95 there. DJ Curtis, what will he do around lap traffic? Let's see what the 19 can do. Mace looks left, Curtis looks left. And Curtis gives the bumper to Jordan Fisher just a bit there to try and hassle him out of the way. The Fox certainly trying to get himself into that lead here. Eric Burton does come down pit lane again. I think Sony Cup officials haven't really been happy with him this race, but Nick Mace finally getting around lap traffic, and it looks like it's all going to be clean racetrack now here within these final couple of laps. While that battle for the lead was heating up, Dylan Young ran into the back of Jeffrey Lynn there in the 44, and it messed up the radiator to that 88 there. Even though it didn't look really significant, the 88 car had to come down pit lane, and there's Scott Roush in the way there, and Dylan Young, who was running inside the top 10 at the time, was having a fantastic day, and it's now going to end up with a bad result here for Dylan Young. What a heartbreak. For car number 88, Dylan Young has really not found the success he's really anticipated this year. Nick Mace has been maintaining his lead a solid few tenths over DJ Curtis. As they come to the line with 2 laps to go, we will go flag to flag coverage here. Over these final 2 laps here, DJ Curtis right behind that 48 on the bumper of that Chevrolet there. Nick Mace has been trying to find victory this season, hasn't really been able to do it so far. Will he find victory here today? DJ Curtis right on that rear bumper of that 48 of Mace. The big boss himself, Nick Mace, has been trying to find some success here. He's been doing pretty well in the point standing so far. Same thing with Curtis. And DJ Curtis really trying to bring CBM another victory here after winning earlier this season there at Cleveland. But Nick Mace really holding his ground so far. Really good job from the veterans here in this race here. Nick Mace has been clean all race. Curtis has as well. They had to navigate their way around lap traffic. Both of them struggled pretty badly, but finally got around them earlier in the race there. But now it's just clean racetrack like I mentioned earlier between the top two here. It's all about pure driver skill and luck as well, but basically you gotta hit your marks if you want to win this race. Into the hard braking zone they come. DJ Curtis hard on the brakes. They're locked up just a little bit there as you don't really see it, but Curtis drives it really wide there. Anticipated the exit a lot earlier than anticipated there. But Nick Mace is now going to try and run away with this thing here. White flag is out. One more lap to go for the Mace Enterprise entry. Into the first corner they come. Curtis really trying to dig deeper and deeper into the corners there. Nick Mace with about almost a second gap over the 19 there. DJ Curtis really trying to find a way to get around that 48, but I don't think he has enough time. Into the S's they go. Mace drives it a little bit wide there. Curtis does as well, but the 19 had a better corner that time around on that 48. You see the gap closing just a bit there. Nick Mace still holding on for dear life, but he's really loved the car. Curtis has as well. Both have great cars here today. Curtis on the brakes again. You see how much later that 19 can get on the brakes compared to the 48 here. And it all comes down to this left-hander at the end of this corner here with the chicane. Nick Mace having a solid gap over DJ Curtis here, but Curtis is closing in on the gap here with the draft. That 19 car has really found some ground in this last lap here, but here they come into the left-hander, hard on the brakes yet again. Mace on the brakes, Curtis on the brakes there. Both of them managed to conquer that corner quite fine. No mistakes there from Nick Mace. Curtis not able to really pounce on an opportunity there. Mace did not give him one whatsoever. And Nick Mace wins at Road Atlanta here, his first win of the season here for 2018, and another victory for Mace Enterprises here. Nick Mace has found victory yet again here. He's high on the all-time win list. Actually, I think he's the most winningest driver on the win list to be exact. And Nick Mace has found victory yet again this season here. What a job for them. DJ Curtis with a valiant effort there. He's going to end up just short today here with a second place run, but still a really good run for the road course bringer there coming in. Zayden Davidson, excellent run here for a third place spot for Hero Motorsports too. That team's been struggling, as you notice there. Nick Pericles got kicked out of the ride there and put Zayden Davidson in, and it looks like they really found something with their performance this season with that 13 car. Jesse Turner had a fourth place car today here. He led the first half of the race, but it didn't really go well for him at the end of this one due to pit stops. Jeffrey Lynn, top 5 run for him. And Ryan Griffin and Luke Martin get a 6th and 7th place finish. Ryan Griffin really wanted that run today, and he certainly got the run he needed. Jake Bassinger, 8th place run here. He's not going to lose much points to Curtis, but he will be able to gain some on caps, but lose some to Turner in the process. Matt Rodriguez, the pole steer, ended up 9th there. Really kind of struggled ever since then, but still a top 10 run nonetheless there. Zachary Fitzwater gets a top 10 result here today. He might be driver of the day, to be honest here. We'll have to see where that pans out there. You saw the stalled Jordan Davis there. But Zachary Fitzwater had a top 10 today. That's really good for this 22 team here. But otherwise, congratulations to Nick Mace on winning this race there. He held off Foxman Curtis there, who would finish second in this race. As you see the field trying to get themselves around the cars in pit lane. And otherwise, a great job for Nick Mason. Looks like they're still piling up there, but Nick Mace is a winner yet again here. We know that he still has that speed within that 48 team, and it looks like they've shown their worth here today. What a grand job for Nick Mace here. We'll take a look at the results here, and hopefully we'll see you around next time.